Cryptocurrency is crashing. Why is it not going up? Cryptocurrency red across the board today, talking about what I've been doing and kind of my game plan in this video. So stay tuned. What's going on, guys? It's Friday morning. It's the crypto apocalypse. Well, it's not really that bad. Bitcoin's only down 8.6%, so it's not a massive drop, but it's definitely not a good drop. You can see since yesterday, Bitcoin was up there above $9,000 this morning, down there to, I think the low is $8,500 area. And I talked about this a while back on Twitter. I talked about kind of my game plan, my thought process, what I was thinking, and I ended up basically closing out all of my swing trades, all of my crypto longs, just closing everything out across the board and basically going into cash, going back into fiat with the idea that we might go lower from here. It's not very good looking at this chart, but you can see here, Bitcoin got up there to that $10,000 area, had trouble, could not get above 10,000, and now it's starting to pull back and kind of breaking down the EMAs here, breaking down the trend line. I'm thinking we might go lower. We might go lower from here. Obviously, $8,500 area, that support there. You can kind of see across there, this dip down there. I think kind of that $8,600 area. So we're right there at that support. So this $8,500, $8,600 area can't hold. That's going to be a bad sign. But my big worry here is that we are possibly due for continuation to the downside. Let me pull a better chart here. So you can see the Bitcoin chart down to this trend line there, $8,500 area, kind of that previous trend line. We dipped below there before. Back there in April, we dipped down there to the $6,500 area. So I'm wondering if we're going to hold here at the $8,500 area. That's going to be a nice bullish sign. But if we can't hold, I'm thinking we might go lower and test that $6,000 area again, that $6,800, $6,500 area. And then, I mean, below there, people were calling for, I think, like $3,000 area. So there's some room below this area here. You got the possibility of an upside here, or you got this downside. And you can see kind of this, and you can see this 200-day moving average, this blue line here, is acting as resistance there. Look at it right there. On top of this candle, holding it down. On the top here, holding it down. And then again here, holding it down. Yeah, so you have these three areas that are touching that 200-day moving average area and then getting held down. And it looks like, oh man, I really think we're going to go lower here. I might be wrong. I might be totally wrong. We might bounce here. We might go to all-time highs from there. But overall, just with what's going on with the cryptocurrency market, it just has not really been anything that's been like really, really bullish in the sense of like, oh, this is major game-changing news. There's nothing that is really just standing out as like this is going to be the catalyst for the next big push. And we really need a massive catalyst to get above all of this resistance. You know, that 12,000, 10,000, this whole area here is going to be a lot of resistance. And I know people are talking about how the different banks or the different places are talking about trading Bitcoin. You got the other day, New York Stock Exchange talking about trading Bitcoin. They see that as bullish, but the big thing here to think about is these banks are going to make money on the way up. They're going to make money on the way down. And really for them, it doesn't matter where Bitcoin ends up at because they're going to trade it both ways. Where if you're a long holder, if you're a Bitcoin believer, you're only going to make money if Bitcoin goes up, where the banks are going to make money both ways. And I just want to talk about Digibyte really quickly here and kind of what I'm thinking, what I'm at. To be honest, to be 100% honest, I have closed out a lot of my Digibyte holdings. I was in the red for a couple months down here. I was adding a bunch below that 2-cent area. Ended up just closing out a lot of that. I mean, I had over 1 million Digibyte, and I closed out a lot of it when we couldn't break above this 5-cent resistance. And just kind of looking at the overall cryptocurrency market, I'm looking at it like, hey, it's not looking strong. We're going to need a strong cryptocurrency market. We need strong Bitcoin. We need strong everything else to really have this push. And Digibyte, you know, can't do it alone. Digibyte's not going to go to the moon while everything else is going red. So that was kind of my big issue here. So if I was bearish on the rest of the market, it was hard for me to really hold Digibyte, really at the size that I was holding. You know, like I said, over 1 million Digibyte I was holding. So for me, could I really justify holding that large of a position where, you know, mentally I'm like, okay, the rest of the market's probably going to go down from here. It's not looking hot. Is it a good idea for me to hold Digibyte at this point? So I ended up selling most of the Digibyte around that 5 cent area. I've got a little bit left, but overall, I've sold a massive amount of Digibyte. Just like I said, I think my break even was around 3 cent area. So my break even was around 3 cents. We got up there to 5 cents. And at that point, I was in the green. And I thought to myself, it's just better to take some profit here, and we'll see what happens. And really, I like to buy some more Digibyte if this does dip lower. So overall, I'm going to be watching the overall market, watching Bitcoin, watching all of that stuff. You can see some of my sells here on the look. This is really crazy part. Look at this. I sold Bitcoin back there at $18,000. Look at that, $18,000. That's pretty crazy to think that at one point Bitcoin was $18,000, and now look at it there at $8,000. Also looking at Ethereum here. Now I didn't sell right at the top of Ethereum. Did not sell, right at the top. It got all the way up here to 830. I sold the last bit of Ethereum there at 747. Today it's down there at 7. Today it's down there at 677. So I'm happy that I kind of closed it out. You can see I sold some there at 600. I'm going to be waiting for the next opportunity that, some bullish news, something good happening for cryptocurrency before I really jump back in there. And until then, I'm just going to be sitting back. I've been sitting back and waiting these last couple of weeks. Other than selling Digibyte these last couple of weeks, I've just been kind of sitting back and waiting for the right opportunity for the next big move. And that's what I'm going to be doing. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Like I said, long term, still bullish on Digibyte, all this stuff. But it's hard for me to hold over 1 million Digibyte where I'm in the green, but then my gut is telling me, hey, cryptocurrency is probably going to go down from here. It's not looking hot. I'm not liking how Bitcoin's looking. So that's just really hard for me to hold that big of a position. Selling there at the 5 cent area and then not holding through this dip. Or, it's like I basically shorted Digibyte here at the 5 cent area, and right now I'm up about $15,000. So if I would have shorted Digibyte right now, I'd be up about $15,000. But it's kind of like I shorted it. I sold it there at the 5 cent area. Now it's at 3.7. It's kind of like I made $15,000 profit instead of holding through this dip. So we'll see if I can maybe buy back in here in this area. We'll see what happens in the next couple of days. Keeping an eye on the Bitcoin chart, keeping an eye on the overall cryptocurrency chart. Just want to give you guys a breakdown on kind of what I'm at, where I'm at with the cryptocurrency stuff right now. But right now, I'm mostly just sitting here with fiat and waiting for the next opportunity to buy in. So there it is. What's going on with Bitcoin? I'll talk to you guys later on.